Hey everyone, this is Samarth. Welcome back to my channel. In this video, we are going to add the functionality to search the notes and also to synchronize the notes by using the swipe refresh layout. And also, let me tell you, this will be the last video for Ktor Note app playlist. So, let's get started. So, first of all, to search notes, we have to open our note view model, and here we have to create a variable which is search query, and it is of type string, and by default it is an empty string. Now back in our old notes fragment, and here we have to go to our on create options menu function, and here we have to get the search item, the search button on which we have to click. So the item is menu dot find item, and here we have to pass the ID of the item which is search, and then we need the search view. So search view is equals to item dot action view as search view. Now in this item we have to set action expand listener, and here we have to pass the object of menu item dot on action expand listener, and then we have to implement two functions. In this function we have to first set the note view model dot search query is equals to the empty string, and then we have to return true, and then copy it and paste it here. Then we have to set the query text listener to this search view. So set on query text listener, and here we have to also pass the object of search view dot on query text listener, and then implement two functions. And in this function which is on query text submit, it means we have written the query and we want to submit the query by pressing the search button. So at that time we want to search the particular keyword in our old notes, and for that we have to create a new function which is private function search notes, and it will have a parameter which is query, and it is of type string, and then open the lifecycle scope, and here we have to set the note adapter dot notes is equals to note view model dot notes dot first. This first function will just give us the notes which are present in our database. Then we have to call the filter function. This filter function will only give us the notes which are following the condition which we will specify here, and we only want to get the notes whose title or description contains the query string. So it dot note title dot contains, and here we have to pass the query is equals to true, or it dot description contains query is equals to true. And also we want to ignore the case. For that we have to pass true here, and also before this we have to set the note view model dot search query is equals to this query, and then back to our own query text submit function. Here we have to call query dot let, because this query is nullable, so we want to search notes when the query is not null. And similarly copy this and paste in this on query text change listener, because we want to get the live updates, which means whenever we will type anything in the search bar, we will update the recycler view items. So here write new text, and also we have to return true here and here too. Now let's go to our subscribe to notes function, and here we have to make some changes. So with this we have to call the dot filter, and then copy that things from this search notes function and paste there. Replace this query with the notes view model dot search query, and also it is making some conflict, so write local note here and copy this and replace this with this local note. So that's it. Now we will be able to search the notes. Now the second thing we have to do is we have to synchronize the notes, which means we have to delete the locally deleted notes from the server, and also we have to push the locally created nodes on server. So for that let's go to our node repo interface. Here we have to make a function which is sync nodes, and it will not gonna return anything. And then go to our nodes repo implementation class, and here we have to implement that function. Now first of all open try catch block. Now here first of all we have to check whether the user is logged in or not. So for that, session manager get JWT token, and if it will return null, then we have to return from this function, and then we have to check if the network is connected or not. So just copy it and paste here, and then if the network is connected and user is logged in, then we have to get the locally deleted nodes. So call nodes dot get locally deleted nodes. I have to rename this function. Now these nodes are not exactly deleted from our database because these are not deleted from server. So for that, let's run a for each loop on these nodes, and here we have to call delete node function, which is this one function, because we don't want to do all the operations again. And here we have to pass node id. Then we need all nodes which are not connected to server, so and it is equals to node dot get local nodes. Now we have to again run a for each loop with these nodes, and here we have to create nodes. Now if the node is already created on server but we have updated the node when the internet connection is off, then this create node function will not gonna do anything. So for that we have to again get node updated nodes from local database. So and it is also equals to node dot get all local nodes, and it will only give us nodes which are not updated. So again run a for each loop on these nodes, and here we have to update the nodes. So that's all for this sync node function. Let's go to our node view model, and here we have to make a function which is sync nodes, and in parameters we will get a function which is on done, and it will not gonna have any parameter, and then it will return unit because it will not gonna return anything, and it is also nullable, and by default it is null. Now here we have to launch view model scope, and then we have to call node repo dot sync nodes, and then after we have synchronized the nodes we have to call this on done function. Now let's go to our all nodes fragment, and here we have to make a function which is private function setup swipe layout, because to synchronize the nodes we will swipe the layout, and for that we have to call binding dot swipe refresh layout, which I have already added in this fragments all nodes layout, and yeah, you can see it here. And then we have to call set on refresh listener, and here we have to call that node view model dot synchronize nodes, and then we have to define this on done function. So for that, open this curly braces, and here we have to set binding dot swipe refresh layout dot is refreshing is equals to false, because if we will not set it to false, it will gonna continuously show the animation of loading. Now let's call this setup swipe layout function in this on view creator function, and also we want to synchronize the nodes when we will open our app. So for that, call node view model dot sync nodes, and that's all. Let's run our app and let's see if everything is working fine or not. So our build is successful. Now let me disconnect from the internet, and let's create a node. And here you can see this node is not connected to server, and let's try to search the node. Here you can see only the subscribe node is visible, and this is showing us live updates. And let's delete this node, and you can see this node is successfully deleted, but as our internet connection is off, we know that this node is not actually deleted. So to delete, actually we have to first connect to internet, and then we have to just swipe down, and you can see this loading animation, and here you can see our node is successfully connected to server. So that's all for this video. I would say the playlist. We have learned so many concepts in this playlist. Now I have few tasks for you guys. First one is add some functionalities in this app. For example, you may have seen Keep Notes application. In that app there are so many features for just notes. You can try to add functionalities to add to-do lists with notes or whatever you like, because self-learning is super important part of Android development. Now second thing I want is, if you like this playlist, then write some topics in comment section on which you want me to create videos in future, so that I can get some idea about that. And the last thing is, what every YouTuber wants: like, share and subscribe. Thank you for watching this video. Have a nice day.